Okay, so I'm going to show you the full cartoon video, and I want you to see if you can spot the hypnotic techniques and how many of them that you see, right? If you have a piece of paper, you might want to just like list them out. I'm going to ask and see if you guys can spot some of them and which one of them they were.
There's never been anything like this virus in our lifetime. Often, it's hard to see the effects it's having on our children. Has this conversation taken place in your home?
Mom, I'm scared about going back to school. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get you and Dad sick.
Our scientists tell us there are 3 things we must do to stay safe. Wear masks, make sure we social distance, and wash our hands. And now, your school, with the help of Microsoft Corporation, has created another. Introducing Daily Pass, your exclusive ticket for safely going back to school. Each week, you can schedule your free on-campus COVID test. The results are displayed in your Daily Pass. And if you choose to take your test off campus, you can post the results in your Daily Pass. And the moment vaccinations are available, you'll simply be able to schedule yours through your Daily Pass. But the real magic is your daily health check. Just answer a few simple health questions every day, and like magic, your entrance ticket appears.
Welcome back. Welcome to school. So, how did it go?
Dad, I have to admit, I was scared at first, but then I felt so safe. It was so good to be back. Thanks for keeping me safe. I love you so much.
Okay, so did anyone spot a hypnotic technique or two? Yeah, a few people? Okay. Put what you saw in the chat here. Okay, follow the money, yes. Okay, the colors, yes. Yeah, there's a color association going on. In one part of the video, we can see how she's wearing yellow glasses, which means she's focused on school, and her dad's wearing red glasses, which means she's focused on the passion, right? So here she's wearing yellow glasses, yellow school bag, right? Her mom with the yellow shirt, very focused on school, right? Also, she has the mask with the red heart, right? So we're going to associate love and caring with wearing a mask, right? It's very subtle, but it's a real thing, right? And especially when you add everything up, it's kind of like one salt in the soup. You know, one salt in the soup isn't going to do, one pinch of salt in the soup isn't going to do much, but 5, 10 pinches of salt is going to change the soup a lot, right? Which is the big idea behind all these. Okay, what else do we have? We have guilt, fear to stay safe. Yes, Katie, it's spot on, because that's the main, right here in the beginning, it's the main thing that she points out.
I'm scared about going back to school. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get you and Dad sick.
Boom, they got the drums, right? Adds the impact there. It's all about that guilt. And as you're going to see, all the kids that talk about why they got their vaccines, it's exactly that. Let's go down. Okay, fear, deep emotion, and repetition. Right. Massive repetition. Be safe, wash your hands, all that stuff, right? How many times we hear that? The Mandela and the sun. Mandela sun in the logo. Yeah, I've actually talked about this logo a little bit. And because you guys have already saw a little bit, doesn't it kind of look like the critical mind, subconscious, conscious mind? And we got some lines in here because we're compartmentalizing information in your brain and your mind, right? Kind of interesting how that is. And they're writing in the critical factor. I don't know if that's why they made that logo, but it seems like it's like that, right? The mom being worried, totally. Welcome back. Setting up inclusion to avoid exclusion. Ah, that's a good one, Katie. Yeah. Feeling welcomed, right? Emotion, anchor, repetition, conditional love, red, Microsoft colors, get the parents sick, right? Getting your parents sick is the big worry here. Man, you guys had a lot of answers. You guys are paying attention well. See, I knew you guys were going to get a lot of this stuff. You know, some of it is very obvious, and then some of it's not so obvious, right? And I know Katie, she's studied hypnosis. We met at a Marcel Silver event where he was making a movie on how the movie hypnotizes people in the theater. You know a bit more than other people would know. Okay, so I'm going to continue with this. Thank you for all your answers. Very, very astute, good observations. Okay, so the deep negative emotional anchor. I kind of went over this.
I'm scared about going back to school. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get you and Dad sick.
I mean, how many shows did they put that kind of thing in? Right? Repetition with, if I can do hypnosis with repetition, that's like the end all be all, right? Okay, message from authority because they say, our scientists say.
Our scientists tell us there are 3
Trust the science.
things we must do to stay safe. Wear masks, make sure we social distance, and wash our hands.
So the social distance thing, I wanted to point this out because I used to use social distancing in my shows. I would stagger the chairs. You see how the chairs aren't just next to each other? I would have them stagger them because if I had a group of kids and they were kind of unruly and they weren't really listening to me well, right? Because they have one kid going, he's going to get you. You're going to cluck like a chicken, right? It's going to screw up part of the people that are volunteering, right? And so I would have them social distance. I mean, I came up with this just because it makes sense. And so keeping us distance from each other keeps the people inducing the trance to have that focus longer.
So,
and this one, this is the real key one. At the end of the video, she talks about how now she feels loved, she feels safe, and then they anchor the feeling with the sound effect and that video cue with the light into the daily passes, which they show up to school. They're going to do this thing that they didn't feel comfortable about before, but now they're anchored in. I'm doing it because I love my family. I'm doing it because I love my family. I'm going to get a chip in my hand because I love my family. I'm going to get an injection because I love my family.
So, how did it go?
And they do this tricky visual that we use in NLP, which is called being disassociated and then bringing it in to be associated, right? So you got the daily pass just sitting on the dashboard, right? Kind of a weird place to put it. No, it's being put there at a very specific location for a very specific reason. And they're not just moving the pass by itself, but they're acting like it's zooming in with the camera. I don't think they did any other zoomed in like this, right? And so they're making it so it's disassociated from her, before I was scared, right?
So, how did it go?
Dad, I have to admit, I was scared at first.
I was scared at first. Before I was scared, right? And there's a whole before, during, and after concept when you're sharing information or you give hypnotic commands. You really want someone to remember something. Before I felt like this, now I feel like this, and in the future, it's going to be great. And so this dissociation with the before and after concept, anchoring in right over her, it's like a session in itself.
Then I felt so safe. It was so good to be back. Thanks for keeping me safe. I love you so much.
Bam! Right? The sound, the effect, whatever emotion they're feeling now, with the dad wearing the red glasses focused on love and passion, right? They now have it anchored in with the pass. You're now hypnotized by your school once again. Isn't that crazy? Not so easy to see at first. It's just like, oh, it's just a cartoon. They're talking about, okay, we want to do this new thing. And no, it goes deeper than that. Wouldn't you want to hear what the kids say now? How do the kids respond to that? Do they all respond the same, or is it kind of different? Because to me, it's like this. It's really interesting seeing all the suggestions that they implant into the kids. And then to watch what the kids say, it's almost verbatim, just like I'm up on stage at the hypnosis show, induce a hallucination, and then walk up to the kid and say, hey, so what's going on right now?
I got vaccinated for my family.
I'm getting vaccinated for my family.
For my family that has low immune systems.
I want to make sure people are safe, including me and my family, and including everyone.
For both myself and the people that live in my apartment complex.
For my family's health.
To not get them sick.
For my family.
I want to enjoy my time with them without worrying about safety.
I'm just kind of repeating what I've been hearing, and I don't know really any health reason for what it's for. Kind of sounds like what she's saying, right? I mean, that's the general idea. You know, there's no critical thinking. After I made that first video, it got some viral action and got me on some big shows, right? Then I made a second version that I went more in depth with researching behind the administration. I ended up finding the person who made that cartoon, and I was really blown away. And I really wanted to find, you know, who made this thing. Well, he was stupid enough to put his name at the end.
Thank you for being the caring family. We're working together with all in the school community to bring children back to school as safely as possible.
So here's a guy who was literally a propagandist, used to work for the LA Times and the Chicago Tribune, who probably knows someone or another on how to create propaganda. And this is who he hires. All right, well, let's look up this Steve Dworman. Oh my God. So he's an author of the book 12 Billion of Inside Marketing Secrets. This man is behind the infomercials of the Juice Man Juicer, Tony Robbins Personal Power, the George Foreman Grill, Nordic Track, among many others, responsible for over $12 billion in sales. That is who your school district hired to make a video in helping them be safe. Now, does it make sense why there's all these salesy words within that video? It's easy. It's simple. Making you safe. Readily available. It's free. Only 5 easy payments of $300. I found his YouTube channel, and this is the only thing I found on there.
I'm freaking out.
Should I give you a sexy strip tease? Real life, real events, real weather.
Real media. Let's go to Steve Dwarfman's LinkedIn page. He has no picture. I don't know if he has something to hide. I create wonderful stories that move people and companies. Keyword: create, fabricate, animate, created reality. He's also author of the marketing program called Mind Capture. Not hypnotic at all. Okay. And I found his face so you can all see the man who made that crazy manipulative video. Nice hat. All right, so I thought that'd be interesting to show where this stuff is coming from, right? Who are they hiring to make media? Guys like this. This is Karen. She hired me for the event this weekend. She runs the American Freedom Alliance. Really amazing person. Her story is interesting.
Well, many parents see teachers promoting socialism inside classrooms, but my next guest lost her teaching job for expressing conservative views outside the classroom. Please welcome the president of the American Freedom Alliance, Dr. Karen Sigmund. I first heard about your story, read it on a news site, and it went all over the country.
I want all my students to learn critical thinking, to explore, to be skeptical, to value those things that we value, to grow as an individual. That's always been my stance, which I guess is also sort of problematic.
And now she's speaking up more than ever, creating her own events and bringing in people like James O'Keefe and Naomi Wolf and Matthias Desmet, who made a big video on the mass formation, right? And so she's bringing all these names together, and this is what she had to say about what I shared.
You distilled down better than anybody exactly, not the theory as much as the actual tactics in, God, I hate the word, but mind control. It's
a special place to be here with me because I think I practice them more than a lot of psychologists that talk about it, which, hey, it's cool. They probably got a great, perspective on it. But it's different when you actually do it, right? And so an important fact about changing consciousness and hypnosis and things is to the depth of which someone creates emotion within you is the equal depth that they were speaking to your subconscious mind. right? Think about someone who's very manipulative as far as like, manipulating a girl or a guy, right? In a relationship, right? There's usually a lot of emotional manipulation going on. It's really the key cornerstone of all of it.